spire of the Empire State Building is dark tonight. In sympathy for the victims of the terror attack at the Istanbul airport, the number of people killed by the suicide bombs reached 42 today.
And while investigators search for clues, there is still silence from the group many believe is responsible for the attacks. CBS 2's Tony Aiello is in the newsroom now with more. Tony.
Christine, the CIA director says the grim fingerprints of ISIS are all over the Istanbul terror. He worries a similar attack could strike the U.S. Meanwhile, in keeping with Muslim tradition, grieving families in Turkey are rushing to bury the victims.
The dead include a 25-year-old airport worker who was buried Wednesday. While at the Istanbul morgue, frustration and heartbreak for families aching for news of missing loved ones. At Ataturk Airport, passengers walked past damage from the attack as workers cleaned up and made repairs. But repairing the Turkish tourism industry won't be so easy. An internet search for hotel rooms finds discounts averaging about 40% below normal rates.
Everyone that we've come across here has just been so gentle and nice, and I think it's devastating for the economy and for tourism here.
Investigators say the attack looks like the work of ISIS. Turkish media obtained this video that shows one of the attackers firing a gun as he hurried through the terminal. CBS News reports investigators have located the taxi driver who dropped the attackers at the airport. He told them he didn't recognize the language the men were speaking. Some experts believe they may have been jihadists from Chechnya, the same Russian region that produced the Boston bombers, the Tsarnaev brothers. The attack has airports here and across the world increasing security and perhaps rethinking how close to allow vehicles to terminals.
At some point, you'll see that no vehicles will be allowed in these lanes. All vehicles will be, you'll have to park and drop off from a further distance away and bring your luggage over. That will eventually happen.
The CIA chief says ISIS is determined to carry out attacks beyond the Middle East. He says he'd be surprised if the terror group didn't try an Istanbul-style attack here in the U.S., making security measures and intelligence gathering all the more critical. Live in the newsroom, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
All right, Tony, thank you. Sympathy and support for Turkey tonight in Union Square. Turkish Americans and other New Yorkers lit votive candles, and some people held signs condemning the attack. Others shared their thoughts on giant sheets of paper that will be sent to Istanbul.